Yes, sir. We are live and protected right now. Let me make sure I do this real quick. What's going on, YouTube? Everybody's good. You guys didn't think I was gonna do the live feed like this, did you? Let's go check out that chat room. Let's see who in here randomly. Live from Dallas. Everything's good over here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole thing like this, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Don't know what you guys got out there. What's going on, Todd? What's going on? Things are good. Nah, I'm just joking. I can't do the whole live like that. That's kind of rough to do the whole live like that. Man, what's going on? Sounds a little muffled. Yeah, I bet it sounded a little muffled. What's the word? What's going on, people? How y'all doing today, man? How y'all feeling about this good old corona scare that's going on? Out of toilet paper, man. Better get some paper towel. I heard Cannon got it, so as long as you ain't shooting Cannon, you good. Hey. So I'm good. Just want to do a quick follow-up video. Listen, I know I usually do 2 hours on this thing, and I can do 2 hours easy, but I can't do 2 hours today. I know it's Friday night. Some of y'all are turning up, and y'all doing y'all thing. But make sure y'all using this downtime, these extra paid days off if you got them, to get better. It's not going to be like this forever, people. So make sure you're doing your thing. Make sure you're taking advantage of it. Make sure you know what I'm saying. Somebody said they got time. Good looking out. I know y'all out turning up. It's Friday night, man. I'm just, I'll be at the house just finding ways to just do more with less. So I know y'all doing y'all thing, and I'm with it. Let me make sure I go ahead and do this real quick. But we're going to do a quick Q&A if you had a chance to watch the latest video, just talking about how to survive in situations like this. If you've been in business for a while, you've run into it, maybe not to this extent where they started closing down stuff. However, you used to it. You're definitely used to it. So let me make sure I don't know what happened. Okay, boom, we back. All right, good. I got questions already. Hey, good looking out on the super chat, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, step in the game. Like, what's up? And man, yeah, it's all about, if you have experience going through a situation like this, then you know. And I remember the first time we went through a little bit of a drop, and I pulled advertising, and it was the dumbest thing I did. It hurt. I pulled advertising trying to hold on to it, and it was the time to advertise. So I ordered some stuff for first cough in the club, empty. I'm gonna stay home. You right. Hey man. You right. I'm not gonna, yeah. I remember, you just don't, that's not the place you want to be. I ordered some stuff for China, so I'm nervous to get it. But I'm not that nervous where I don't want it delivered. I'm still gonna need it delivered. I'm just gonna have to like spray the box down before I open it up. So I'm gonna take a few questions about the video, if y'all had a chance to watch it. If not, make sure you check it out. Just how to survive when you got a small business, when you got to eat from this stuff and this is all you got. How to survive in situations like this, because they're scary. And the old school, the old heads gonna tell you to just save money and just yada yada yada. But there's things you got to do to keep your business up and running during these situations. There's things you definitely have to do and there's things you can do to, like, listen, millionaires become billionaires in recessions, right? It's just about buying low and selling high. And if you work to put yourself in a position where you can do that, life is good. Right now is a time where if you had $1 million, you can turn it into 10 in a matter of 6 months. Easily. Stay out of public gatherings, period. Man, the ticket to NAB was so cheap, it wasn't even funny. It was a really cheap ticket to NAB. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. Okay, so let's go with a few questions. We got a few questions in regards to kind of just how to maneuver and how to work the business right now. I should have went live on the gram. Let me see. Hold on. While the questions come in, I'm going to go live on the gram real quick. Is right now a good time to offer free service to build portfolio? Yup, because people are super hungry. Remember, don't offer it to anybody. Don't offer it to anybody. Offer free services to places that will help make your portfolio dope. Do not go, and that's the thing I got to make sure I'm clear on, because a lot of people offer services to McDonald's. Don't offer services to McDonald's. Offer services to that high-end steak joint that is in your area. What's going on, Graham? We're going live for a minute on YouTube. Live for a minute. Would I recommend adding Corona as your niche as a keyword? No, because I got that video that's out recently talking about the coronavirus. YouTube is like, I don't know if we can monetize this. I don't know if we can show this, if we should push this, if we should promote this. So I would not say it's not a good word. It's not a good word. How do you make money right now when everybody's trying to save money? Listen, people still, those who are in business, those who've been in business, we going live on YouTube right now real quick. Those who are in business know the game. Right now is the time to advertise. Right now is the time to be out front. Those who pull back usually fall back and they get forgotten about when the money start rolling. So you're not going to see a drop from big brands right now. And it don't take much to advertise in your niche. It don't take much, but continue to stay out there. You definitely want to continue to stay out there. Big shout out to my boy Ricky. He's on here. Ricky Boughton on here, the one I was telling you about. That is a former combat photographer who was my right-hand guy in the military doing this thing. So we going, IG, I know I love y'all, IG. And until I can find a way to stream on both platforms at once, or until my arm get tired, we're going to be on YouTube where I can really answer questions. Any tips on resources for how to design and build your website? That is difficult depending on your niche. I can't, the only tip I can give you is to look at who's popular in your area. Go to a guy website and it got to be a website where you're like, man, I can't afford this guy, right? I'd rather people say they can't afford me than people would be like, it's about to be a hookup. So again, I always say you want to be reassuringly expensive. You want to walk into a place. You ever walked into a food place and you can look around and be like, the food gonna be good here. You want people to have that feeling when they go to your website. You know, these pictures about to be good. It's about to really help my brand get to the next level. IG, I'm about to shut down on IG. I'm not gonna lie to you. IG, make sure you come on YouTube real quick. And and Anthony, you said, this is my first question ever, I think, from IG. He said, is there a way to make money while making a portfolio? Yes, but it's not, yes and no. I would say no, right? Your way to make money while making a portfolio is to get access to an area that makes your portfolio dope. And to do that, free is sometimes your best bartering tool. So IG guys, I'm gonna see you guys over on YouTube, because that's where I'm going to continue the conversation on YouTube, because the questions are coming in, and I'm about to get to them. All right, guys, make sure y'all switch over to YouTube real quick. All right, so somebody said I'm booked for a wedding next month. I'm worried they may ask for a deposit back. How do you handle it if you do? Also, I didn't have them sign the contract because they're close friends. All right, guy, I got to tell you, you make everybody and their mama sign a contract. If you're going to show up and do work, they got to sign a contract for situations like this. Because if they ask you for the deposit back, you may have to give it back to them. As a close friend too, you may have to. Or you may lose that friendship. You always, listen, we got to get out of the mindsets of being afraid or scared or feeling wrong about bringing out paperwork. You got to cover your butt. Because if something happened, they're not going to care. They're going to take you right to court and snatch it from you. People sign terms and conditions every day. Every time you go to your Gmail to open up your Gmail account, you've agreed to terms and conditions. When you signed up to that free account, you agreed to terms and conditions. When you buy a plane ticket, if you ever read the terms and conditions, you can't even sue an airline if you crash. Like, you get $100,000, that's it. Like, you can't even sue them. The pilot can be drunk. They can be doing whatever. They can be doing flips in the cockpit. It can crash. You can't even sue them because you've agreed to the terms and conditions. And that goes for a lot of things. Greyhound buses. It goes for a lot of things that you sign up and do that you don't understand, that by agreeing, by stepping foot on this, or by clicking the buy now button, you agree to these terms and conditions. Your business needs to be protected in that way. Because there are a lot of people that will sue you just because you look like you got money. I hate driving my company van because I get cut off more than ever. I get people hitting their brakes in front of me more than ever because they feel like, oh, well, if this truck hit me, I'm paid. Or if these people got me, I'm paid. So you have to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. And then it's always the balance of clients who deal with you. You know, they want to negotiate a price. They want to negotiate something, but they want the big business product at the end. So you got to protect yourself. Gotta protect yourself. Let's see. Majority of my business was school pictures, but I use this time to get more seniors and do more sessions while they're free. Okay, I'm gonna give you Stuart. I'm gonna give you an idea. I don't know who or where you house your pictures, but maybe look into starting an email campaign offering more or different prints. So offering, you know, hey, we just introduced a metallic print, or hey, we just introduced t-shirts, or some type of new merchandise for old pictures, and shoot that email campaign to the parents. It may be a good idea for them to repurchase something. I've done something similar to that in the past. So it's just give you a way to repurpose old content. Let me see. Would I recommend adding? Nope, I answered that one. I answered how to make money while everybody's trying to save money. Okay, I'm getting a few questions about using the Corona name for Clickbank. No, because YouTube and certain, it's coronavirus is out. It's so much out right now that one, you're gonna get buried in it. It's gonna be a quick fad, and two, companies, because it's such a really, because social media companies are getting dinged for posting BS news, they're very conscious of making sure that something that is real makes it to the top and something that is not is getting buried. They're very conscious on being an accurate news provider. So if you're saying something or doing something that's clickbait and they discover that, you could secretly get blacklisted. Or you can get buried so tough that by the time you're ready to make your second post, you look like a spammer or you look like a company that is not credible. And that's not what you want for your business. I remember one of my websites got hacked. Well, I remember I was telling you guys before, using WordPress, and it rerouted to like some porn site or something. And Google blacklists my domain. It took me almost a year to not have this red text under my domain or have people click on it. And it was an enter at your own risk, or you're leaving outside of the protection of whatever. It took me forever to get that off of my domain. Like I almost had to do workarounds with other domains. It's kind of the secret as to why I learned about separating my niche and not having one site for everything. It was kind of how I started Flash Film Weddings. And then I had other websites for it because my main domain of Flash Film Media got blacklisted. Like I couldn't even send emails without it going to people's spam folder for something I had nothing to do. So the last thing you want to do is use coronavirus as a clickbait or anything and get blacklisted for it. That's the last thing you want to do. Like I said, the video that I just posted, it's monetized, but it's limited monetized. It's not, they're not letting me, they probably won't push it. Only subscribers will see the video. Let's see. Let me look at a few other questions. So, is it worth advertising? AC Media says, thanks for the advice on advertising during this period. Just wondering, is it worth advertising for independent businesses or small businesses during this time? Maybe like bars and coffee shops. Yes, because they're going to see a dip in traffic and all money is good money. So if you can even lock in something long-term at a cheap price, right now is the time. Right now is the time. Right now is the time to go into businesses if health permits it, if your area is, and try to work out something and give them ideas to bring in new business. Remember, the problem right now is lack of business due to the coronavirus. If you can go to a business, a coffee shop, and maybe have them create an advertisement on their cleanliness, on what they do to keep the place clean and corona free, that may be a boost for them. That may be something they may see and be like, dang, we never thought of that. You know, we need to immediately get on the idea of we're disinfecting every hour. I have a client that sells trailers, and it's kind of a slump in business. And I was just instructing them, right now is the time to be pushing sleepers, trailers for people to go sleep in, or trailers that the government may be interested in for outbreak centers. They may be ramping up production or ramping up facilities so that they can go out and spread this vaccine once it's available. And in the future, to prevent this from ever getting to this area, they're gonna want some high-end trailers, and they're gonna want to have facilities that are deployable that they can go and give out the vaccine. So as a trailer company, man, that's a win. It may not be an instant win, but if you put yourself in position, it could be a long-term win. So right now, what's up? What's going on, Michael? That right now that's the solution I would be offering. Let's show the cleanliness. Hey, dental company, let's show what you guys are doing to combat the spread of the virus in your dental office. While all your other competitors are running their same ads, let's hurry up and create something showing that you're able to run through this scare because you disinfect all day, every day. So, hey, it's a safe zone. It's a clean zone. You may catch it in the street, but you won't catch it in here. That's a twist or a solution that you can offer as a video production company, as a photographer. Those are things that those are opportunities you should be looking at right now, because those companies are looking to survive in this rough time, and you offer a solution. Let's see. Somebody said, I lost a friend because you wanted him to sign the contract. Then he was never your friend. He was never your friend. You got to protect signing the contract, putting the contract in front of a customer is pretty much choosing between me and you. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to get you with this contract, but for you not to sign the contract and there's an exchange of money, that's a little shady. You know what I mean? That's just a little shady. I can't, I'm about to buy my first cinema camera. Should I buy a C100 or Sony FS700 or a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K? Come on, guys. I'm going to say Blackmagic. I own every camera listed. I'm filming on a C100 right now. I've owned the FS700, and I own the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera. If you're looking for a cinema camera, you're looking to film, create cinema with it, you can't go wrong with the Pocket. The only benefits that the Sony has over the Sony and the C100 has, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera has image quality hands down. The Sony and the Canon has better audio inputs. Not really audio inputs, but better what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word. They have better, it's the jacks, it's the preamps. They have much better audio preamps than the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera. That is the main thing. But if you do separate audio, like the audio on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera is not trash. It's just not as good as those particular two models. I live in New York. I want to make videos of products, mainly restaurants and bars. Do I need to go more specific than that? Yes. Are you a food photographer? Are you a food videographer? Are you doing drinks? You could just do drinks on a bar. You can specialize in that. I mean, I would dig just a little deeper. How does a photographer make it, as you say, a commercial for a website if they don't do video? You may have to outsource it. You may have to barter. You may have to go find a video guy and trade. Hey man, we'll give you some good headshots or good group shots for your website if you give us, a good video for ours or something similar to that. You may have to work that out. Somebody said Del Taco just released a Corona-related video about their cleanliness for their app users tonight. I wish I can get a hold of that, because that is a opportunity that is amazing. Let me see if I can search for Del Taco. That's dope. Let's see. I'll answer your question. Who should get the Blackmagic 6K over the 4K? Who is the 6K really made for? The 6K is really made for those who need superior image quality over everything. There's a lot of benefits of the 4K over the 6K, especially when it comes to adapting it and things like that. That's what I mean, you know, I like the 6K. However, the 4K just offers a little more flexibility. And the fact that I can't get 6K in ProRes, it's a no-go for me. I like ProRes. If I want to edit everything, then yes, I'm okay with Blackmagic Raw, but I am getting to the point where I'm outsourcing editors, and a ProRes file, I need to send it. Especially if it's for YouTube, I need to send a ProRes file. Definitely. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find the Corona video from Del Taco. Nope, don't see it. Okay. If anybody get a link, let me know. But there, right now, that's what you need to be showing. Hey, we need to create something quick. Dear company, whatever you are, to show that you're doing something to combat the virus, to show that you are a safe zone, or at least you're doing something about it, or you care about it. And that is just, that's a quick email that you can send out to your email list of everybody who bought video from you to do a special. Then maybe we'll do a $2,000 special for a quick 60-second video talking about what you're doing to combat the virus. Boom, you can get 10 clients. You can get 10 clients from that, and you can make money while everybody else is struggling. For super beginners, let's see. Do you think it's time for pushing even more? We don't get as much clients. For super beginners, I mean, it's right now is a time where you can walk in and do a video similar to that. Right now, you can offer that solution to build your portfolio, to walk into a dental office and say, hey, we're looking to work with people showing how they are, you know, what are they doing to combat the virus? We're looking for free videos for our portfolio. This can help you. Help me help you. Go into the best dental office you can find. Go into a dental office that's doing $1 million a month and they have a facility that looks like it, and build your portfolio there. What are the benefits of ProRes over RAW? ProRes is just a more used codec. Final Cut Pro works better with it. Final Cut Pro does not work with Blackmagic Raw, but Blackmagic Raw has more. It has more benefits. It's more flexibility. So that's the benefit of it. Ursa Mini G2 has 300 frames per second. Yeah, the Ursa Mini G2 is the king. Like if you want the best camera that says Blackmagic, I'm gonna take the Ursa Mini G2 4.6K over the 6K Blackmagic Pocket any day. Definitely. I like the Blackmagic 4K, Pocket 4K, because you can adapt it to get a wider field of view. You can adapt it to get a full frame look. You can't adapt the 6K to get a full frame look. You're just stuck with it. And even when you adapt the 4K to get a Super 35 look or to get a crop sensor look, it's still wider than what you get for 6K. The only benefit to 6K for me is people like, you can punch in, I'm not punching in that much where 6K is needed over 4K. To me, that's just my opinion. Some people want to shoot in a solid, they want to shoot, they deliver in 4K. So it's nice to shoot in 6K and have the ability to punch in and, you know, and still deliver a 4K image. That's not the case with me. What Micro Four Thirds lens am I using? And have I played with the mic? Yes, I have one. Give me a second. I have a lens. It's a 16 millimeter. Give me a second. I'll pull it up. I'll get it. Let me see if I can find it, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I got it right here. All right. So this is a Micro Four Thirds lens that I have. It's the 16 millimeter. Very inexpensive. I love it. It's not my favorite lens ever. My favorite lens ever is the Sigma 18 to 35 f1.8. It is hands down the best video lens in the world to me until you start getting into high-end cinema glass. You know, but this is really good. This is really good. This is really, really good. And for the price, man, you can't beat the price, man. What is it, like $325 maybe? $385? And it's just a really good lens. I use it with a lot of follow focuses and things like that. But this is the 16 millimeter T2.2, equivalent to like a 1.8 or 2.0 or something like that. But it's a really good lens for micro four thirds. I don't buy a lot of micro four thirds lenses because I don't know how long I'll have that mount in my life. I like EF lenses, and because I like to use a lot of manual, it works. So I prefer to buy everything EF mount if possible. I do have some Sony lenses, like I have the 16 millimeter 1.8, which is just a beast of a lens. Even though it's a crop sensor lens on a full frame, it looks absolutely beautiful. But this is a pretty good lens. It's a really good lens. I'm not gonna say it's pretty good, it's really good. I give it 4.5 stars out of 5. She said most of our clients thinking art entertainment, most of our clients can't tell 1080 and 480 apart, let alone 6K. You're right. I can probably upscale a 1080p image to 4K and you wouldn't know the difference. You just wouldn't. Using the A7 III, would you suggest using a picture profile? If so, which one? I usually go S-Log2 or S-Log3. If not, one of the HLG, one of the HDR profiles is what I usually go with the A7 III. Victor said, congrats on 40K plus subs right now. I'm the Gary V of this photo video. Hey, man, hey, I'm trying. Gary V is the man. I love Gary V. Gary V is the truth. Let me see. Have I ever heard of the Zcam E2? Yes. I just haven't had a chance to get my hands on one. I was hoping to do so at NAB this year. I got a chance to play with one a little bit at NAB, but I was hoping to develop a relationship with them where I can like play with one and test it out. I'm not one of those guys who are one of the rich YouTubers that can just go out and just buy everything. No knock against them. Hopefully, I would love to get there at some point, but I'm not that guy yet. It needs to make business sense for my business before I can make that investment. JG say, what's good, Ty? Just looking out on all the knowledge. My MacBook just gave out on me, and I wanted to know if you had any recommendations on a desktop setup for a hybrid shooter. I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to say it again, but look into Hackintoshes. That's all I'm going to say. Go find you an old Mac Mini. Go find you a 2017-18 Mac Mini. Bro, I'm telling you, if you get the one that you can add RAM in it and just overdose it on RAM, you would be able to edit a whole lot more than you think with a Mac Mini. I survived on a Mac Mini for like 2 years at one point because my other stuff went. Trust me, go find you a used Mac Mini and you would be surprised. Oh man, we got somebody on their first live drop. Good looking out. You know, it's going to be more consistent. There's going to be a schedule for them. I just like doing this sometimes, so I just pop on here and just talk. So right now I know I've been on here for 28 minutes. Cool. I can't do 2 hours today. I can't do 2 hours a day. Can I speak on Rokinon lenses? Planning to use the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I got some Rokinons. Hold on. Oh, I'm tripping. Okay, let's not trip. I got two. These are the EF mounts. This is the 35 millimeter. This is the 85 millimeter. I love them. Definitely in my kit, my go-to kit. I'm dropping stuff, but whatever. We're live. Really good lenses. When you sit them next to really high-end cine glass, it's really hard to tell the difference. It's really hard to tell the difference. That's what made me buy them. Is people were doing tests and they were like $285, and they were testing it against the lens. They was like $2,800, and the difference was so little. It was ridiculous. It was so little that it was like, I don't know if this is worth 10 times as much. I remember. Listen, let me give you a funny story real quick. I remember watching a video about you can probably find it on YouTube about a Rolex dealer that bought a fake Rolex from China or whatever. But the Rolex in real life costs 50 grand. And this Rolex costs $800, right? And I'm talking about, he had it under the microscope. And he was like, damn, like this is really close. Like it's really hard to tell the difference. Like he was like, it's really hard. Like I'm looking like it's to the point where I try to keep the real one in my right hand so I don't mix it with the fake one in my left hand and not know which is which. Like it was down to that. And at the end of the video, I remember he saying he wore it to a party to all his friends that were like Rolex dealers. And he was like trying to show it off to them. And nobody said nothing. Nobody was like, oh, that's fake or nothing. And I remember at the end of the video, he was like, you know, yeah, this Rolex is pretty much the same thing, but there's just something about knowing that I work hard to spend this 50 grand on this watch over 800 bucks. And I'm like, this guy's retarded. This guy's retarded. There's no way. I don't even know if that's politically correct, if I can say that live on YouTube, but I was like, there's no way, bro. I'm gonna take that $800 Rolex, but that's just me. Anyway, my bad. All right, let's see. It's Corona time. I got this what's the name back here? I don't know if y'all can see it. I need to put this out. Let me see. Hold up. I got this boy right here. You know, just in case. But they having a rough time. They giving away Corona drinks right now. Frank, good looking out, man. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. Victor asks, he got so many tech questions. What are my thoughts on LinkedIn for biz? Man, LinkedIn is super expensive to market to advertise on. It's super expensive right now. You would blow $600 just trying to work out your ad set to see what works and what doesn't. With LinkedIn, I don't know yet. The experience that I have with it wasn't the greatest, and it was just a loss of a couple grand. The potential is there because of the type of people. However, I don't know many people that are on LinkedIn consistently. I just don't know many people. And I can almost get that same information almost to market to on Facebook by looking up where you are in your job and your job title. So I'm not fully convinced on what LinkedIn offers me over Facebook, but that's just my opinion. I haven't had a lot of success on LinkedIn because it's just more expensive. And when you offer a service and you're paying for leads, it ain't like I'm paying for something it ain't like I got a funnel and you buying online. I'm looking for leads. You know, I'd rather get 50 leads for a lot less than to get 10 leads from LinkedIn. And they, you know, I need more leads. Give me more leads for the cheapest price possible. And that way it's easier to get more conversions out of 50 than it is out of 10. I'd rather get 50 leads for $10 than to get 5 leads for $25 just because they come from a business site. I can convert more, definitely. Jay says, how do I list my service as a business without having a location to list? That depends what site you're listing it on. I would always suggest that you go out and get a P.O. box. Because you always want a separate phone number. You want a money phone. I call it the money phone. Money phones let you know when it rings, it's a client, it's a customer. It ain't my homie. It ain't somebody, it's a client every single time. You always want a separate line. Go look at like Vonage Business, $20, $30 a month. You can also answer from your cell phone. You can also get a wireless phone in your home or whatever that you know when that phone ring, it's business. Get a P.O. box. You don't want customers showing up at your house. Been there, done that. The first time you get in a dispute over a deposit, or the first time some customer needs an emergency headshot and they're knocking on your door like, oh, is this the such and such? Like, what are you doing here? Trust me, go get a P.O. box. Just spend the money. It's worth it. You don't want people coming up to your house. Somebody say, I'll take that fake Rolex. Hey, man. Somebody say, I'll save $49,000. Hey, they can say what they want to say. Somebody just asked about the lens. I actually just got finished talking about what is it, Mikey? I just got finished talking about it. So once this go live, you can scroll back and then you can see a little bit about some of the things I said about it. But I love it. 5 stars. 4.5 out of 5. The only reason you don't get 5 is because there's something loose. This little piece is loose. That's it. Other than that, the glass is great. Maybe it's just mine. I don't know. Maybe I can tighten it up. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not gonna send it back because of that. I'm not gonna complain about it. Are you going to a paid wedding to shoot? Only bring 2 lenses. Which lenses do I bring and why? Flying Lap Media asks. Oh, that's too easy. Hey, that's funny, the burner phone. That's too easy. If I gotta have 2 lenses to bet my life on, I'm taking a 24-70 f2.8 and I'm taking a 70-200 f2.8. Them the 2 lenses I'm gonna live and die by, period. If I start a photography business, if I see a photographer and he don't got at least a 70-200, I'm like, you ain't for real, bro. You out here, you brought a spoon to a gunfight, not even a knife. Let me see. Somebody said they had to pause the 5 key steps. JG had to pause the 5 key steps for a portfolio that converts so he can tune in. Let me make sure I got the what's the name going, because I forgot. We doing the thing where whenever we do live, we're offering discounts when we do live. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Let me make sure I add that, because people ask me every time I get off live for the live discount, and I want to make sure that we got that for them. Boom, 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 bang, pow. Let me make sure we add that so they can see that, because I'm not gonna stay on long today, but there you go. All right, let me ask a few more questions. AC Media, good looking out, man. I appreciate the super chat. What's the best way of reaching business owners? Is it through social media such as Facebook or Google? Yes, because people list that they're business owners. They list that they're entrepreneurs. So it is the best way to reach them. Listen, LinkedIn used to be that place, but it's not. Sometimes, listen, I've won stuff by developing a relationship with the gatekeeper. I've won stuff by winning over that secretary who fought for me. So don't underestimate that relationship. Plus, secretaries sometimes go different places. They may not last there. They may go somewhere else, and they bring your services with them. So don't underestimate the relationship with the gatekeeper, because the gatekeeper can get you. The business owner is fine, but the gatekeeper have cousins and aunts and uncles and other people who have businesses that they can refer you to. So business owners is cool, but usually if they have a secretary, they have a budget, right? If you call someplace and you talk directly to the business owner, they may not have the budget you're looking for. If they got 5 and 6 people under them, they're going to definitely have a budget. So look at it like that. Okay, Ty, I had a job postponed due to the virus. Had 2 pushed back this week alone. People are losing their stuff. Might have to start flipping toilet paper and hand soap for a couple months. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. As I was stating earlier, right now is the time to approach your clients and offer the solution of, hey, let us film something, or we can create content showing that what you guys are doing to combat the virus in your location to help curb that loss of traffic, that loss of business. Somebody just stated that Del Taco just released something in their app today talking about what they're doing. They're getting ahead of it. You got to tell companies to get ahead of it. Those are the type of solutions as a content creator you need to be looking to create. How can we get ahead of it, right? How can we get ahead of this thing that's an epidemic that's causing places to shut down? Of course, the NBA cannot clean everything. They can't prevent the virus from getting to everybody because they have so many people that are at the facility. However, I guarantee you there's somewhere right now the NBA is making content to talk about their efforts to do what they can to help the spread, or why they decided to do what they did. So somebody's creating that content. Somebody's getting that check out there. Let's see. Somebody says, sorry to ask again, but I have the 18 to 135, the 18 to 55, the Nifty 50, looking to invest in L series for photo and video. But is there any cheaper lens I'm passing up on that I should look into? I love Sigma glass. Tamron is doing a great job. Also, they used to be like, I don't know, but they're doing a really good job. Listen, L glass is cool. You can get the job done with less. It's not like it was 5 years ago where Canon and Nikon were the only ones that made glass that was halfway usable. A lot of companies are producing great glass. 5 and 10 years ago, you wouldn't blink at the Samyangs. And another thing is this. This is a conversation I have with a lot of my friends, because you have to realize that photography and videography used to be just a separate thing. Like, it was different from tech and IT, right? You have to know how to work a computer if you're a photographer or videographer. But guess what? 10, 15 years ago, you didn't. So those guys were just really, they were just hard-nosed photography guys. And those guys didn't believe in the innovation and change that IT brings. Computers double every 18 months. Every 12 months, something's new. Those photography guys were not used to change that fast. They bought a camera in 78 and they used it to 88. They got 3 lenses between 78 and 88. So they're a little bit more stubborn on the idea that some company that they never heard of can come into the game and produce great lenses and produce great glass. They never gave other companies a chance. They never, you know what I mean? So you talk to old school Nikon guy, I shoot nothing but Nikon. Like, God, Nikon ain't dropped nothing before the mirrorless lineup. You like, why? Like, you haven't tried nothing? I'm not. So those are the guys often when you go to the camera shops and they're behind the counters and they're old and they're still pointing you to Canon this and L glass that. Go rent some glass. Go rent some Sigmas and see how good they are. I love Sigmas. I got quite a few of them. In fact, I got a whole case of Sigma 51.4, the 18 to 35. I got a 35 series 1.4. I got quite a few. In fact, let me pull a few. Give me a second. Let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got. Let's see. See what I got here. Do I even got it here? Let's see what I got. Okay, they're on the other cameras, but this 30 is dirt cheap, right? 30 millimeter 1.4. I don't know what I got to find the back part. This lens is so underrated, it's not even funny. It's a crop sensor lens. You find them on eBay or on Amazon. I got the little ring on it so I can use it with my teeth. But it is a great lens for video. And it's something that you should definitely get. 31.4, 16 1.4, or is it 1.8 or 1.4? Can't remember right now. 16 1.4 is just excellent. So Sigma lens, don't sleep on Sigma lens. The latest lineup of Tamrons, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. So Don says, learned a lot from you. The real course is amazing. Am I going to do a business course? Yes, I am working on a super solid master. I'm not going to call it master class because, of course, I may do a contest to name it, but of course it's already a master class out here. But I may call it the game. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but it's going to be a very in-depth 3-layer course that talks about creating the brand, promoting the brand, getting it out there, and then running it. So depending on where you are in that part, you can say, hey, I don't need all of that. I got the name, I got the color scheme, I got the color palette. I just need to know how to work it, how to get it going to marketing. So I have that coming. I'm trying to launch in summertime. Ty, have you had any jobs postponed due to the virus? Yeah, I have. I have had jobs postponed in the virus. Is it worth it to federally trademark your business name? I don't think it's worth it. Good looking out west on the super chat. I don't think it's worth it unless you're doing $1 million in business. Then yeah, I think it's better to just lock down your domain name. Domains are kind of the new trademark, right? I think it's better to, so to speak. I think it's better to, if you're doing $1 million in business, then yes. And listen, I know video production companies do $8 and $10 million. They got an 8-man crew, so it's not impossible. Definitely not impossible. Timothy said he don't got a question. He's just showing a little support for all I do. Hey, Timothy, I appreciate your super chat. Listen, super chats. It's a feature that is so new to me. I learned about it as a creator, and I was just live, and I'm like, why is this junk highlighted? It's still new to me, man. So I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I ain't forget about you, Tim. I seen you up there. It popped up. Let me go to Medians Media. Back to the restaurant and bar niche. The plan is to work as a separate service. Do you think this will work, and how would it be more specific? Yes. Let's say you specialize in restaurants with bars. That's a little bit deeper than just one or the other, because you can offer solutions that maybe tie in drinks with their food menu. You know what I'm saying? You can offer solutions like that, and that specializes you and makes you very niche. There's a lot of restaurants, and most bars serve food. That can make you more specialized in doing either or. You can still do either or. If you do one or the other, they're still going to ask you to do both. But for marketing purposes, to make you look more of a niche, you can specialize in restaurants with bars. That's what I would do instead of either or. Flying Lap Media said, you ever mess with vintage lenses like Helios, good value on eBay? Yes, I actually got a video on how to create a look that's custom to your brand by going with vintage lenses. I got a Helios 44, 44-2, 44-4. I should just scoot the whole box over here and just go one by one on lenses, but I'm not gonna do that. But I actually did a video talking about you create your own look by going after vintage lenses. There's one lens in particular that is called, what is it called? The Bokeh. It's like the King of Bokeh lens. It's like it was made in like 77 or something. If you can get your hands on one of those bad boys, man. But they retail for like, I seen them on eBay for like $4,000. Nobody wants to sell one. Nobody wants to let it go. So I try to hit up garage sales. And I got the Sony 100mm STF, which is extremely good. If you have a Sony, you may want to look into the 100mm STF. It's a really, 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 really good lens. It's pricey though. It's $1,500. Just want to keep it real with you. But if you do headshots, it will set your stuff apart. I actually got a video on that as well. I'm trying to see if I can find this lens to show you guys. It's called like the King of Bokeh. It's a Canon. It's a Canon lens that sells for a lot. I've seen them for about $3,000 or $4,000, but I can't seem to find one right now. It's like a 50. It's a 50mm. It's like a 50, 51. It's a 50.1.2 or something. But it's not the one that came out that's new. This one came out in like the 70s. It may be a 1.0. It's something ridiculous. Oh, well, I can't find it. But it's an old 70s lens. If you're ever in like a garage sale and you see some old Canon lenses, look for that 50mm. Actually, I think this is it right here. No, it's not it. Okay, I'm gonna go on to the next question. Bishop Ty. Sigma 31.4. Yes, X. Sigma, I got the Helios 44. Sigma 31.4, which is here. It's a very sharp lens. They go for about $200-$300. You find them used for like $220, $250. It is so slept on. It's not even funny. Keep in mind it's a crop sensor lens. But if you're using it with Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, those are micro four thirds. They're usually up converted to a crop sensor. Pretty good. I've even used these on full frame. They distort a little bit around the outside, but they're usable. If you're doing headshots, a little, not distort, they're vignette. So it's no distortion, just vignetting. Yep. OK said vintage lenses all have their own look, even if you got two of the same. I totally agree. I love going to garage sales, finding vintage glass. And then I'll worry about, if you got a Sony, it's easy to adapt them. If you got micro four thirds, it's easy to adapt them. If you got EF, it's more difficult to adapt them to your lens. So Keely Guy Productions say, may I message you my portfolio for critique on my photography, please? In the future, we're going to start a segment really soon, like within the next week, where people can send over their information so that we can have a live stream strictly dedicated to going over their information. Am I familiar with the Sigma camera? If so, what do you think about it? You ever hear somebody be like, stick to your day job? Like, on paper, I thought it was dope. The reviews that I seen of using it was it. But you know what? it got reviews, and I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say it got reviews similar to like what the first Blackmagic did, but the first Blackmagic was game changing. They went up and then dropped down with the 4K production. Had I known better, I would have got the 2.5K. My dumb butt went out and bought 2 4K production cameras. Yeah, and it was cool. It was a good camera. It just, you have to, like, it just took a lot of light, a lot of experience. It was not I ain't gonna say a beginner's camera, but it wasn't even an intermediate camera. That camera was super light hungry. And if you don't have good quality lights, you're just jacked. Camera I use right now for running gun is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. Still have the Blackmagic Pocket camera original with speed booster setup. Should I keep it or build up my EOS R kit? That's rough. Because I actually caught a deal on the Blackmagic Pocket camera, the original one. Man, that's rough. Go with EOS R kit. Go with the future. Yeah. If you're doing run and gun, if you're doing quick turnaround, go with the EOS R. What are my cons for Final Cut Pro? Man, just little stuff, little quirks. I got an issue right now where I'm working with a project and it won't save. It'll act as though I am out of memory. So I'll do all this editing, send it off to a client, close it and come back, and none of the edits that I sent off on the final video that the client got are done. So when they give me more edits, I gotta go back, redo the old I don't know what it is. I've tried changing in libraries, just little stuff like that. That's the only con other than that is I wish there were more audio controls. I wish that the stabilization that came with the app was better because it's pretty trash. It's super jello-y. It didn't hold a fork or it doesn't hold a candle or whatever to DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve stabilization is absolutely ridiculous. If you get the paid version, it is absolutely ridiculous. I don't care about neat. No, that's noise reduction. We can get on noise reduction. That's good as well. But their noise reduction and their stabilization on the paid version of DaVinci Resolve is worth it alone. And there's something about when you drop your footage in DaVinci Resolve, the colors just look, I don't know what they do, but instantly it just look better. Cannot posting on Instagram enough kill my business, as well as posting outside portraits during a client shoot. No, nothing on Instagram can kill your business unless you're naked in the middle of your Insta. People don't go on Instagram looking for new business. They follow you because they know you. It's a difference, right? People go on your Instagram because they know you. There are people who search for tags and keywords, but it's not specific enough. Unless local Dallas artists put in Dallas local photography, like as a hashtag, I don't know you exist. I don't want to try to get new business off that roll of the dice. I want to get new business where clients are looking for business, and that's Google. So Instagram is, you know how you order a steak and you get that little lettuce, or you order wings and you get like carrots and celery. It's nice that you have it. Maybe I'll eat it, but it's not needed for me to, you know what I mean? I'm here for the chicken wings. The celery and stuff is cool. That's what Instagram is to your business. It's a nice to have. If you deleted your Instagram today, unless you found a way to make a living on Instagram, if you've deleted, I mean, you have to be popular on Instagram for some reason and then pull business out of it, right? So booty models, because they got booties and they cute and they fine, they draw attention because guys like to see them, and some girls do, and then they sell waist trainers and slim tees and all this crap while they got your attention. That's how you make money on Instagram. Meanwhile, YouTube, Google, you search for stuff and you're presented with the answers. I know that you're looking for something. And then that's the person I want to be in front of. I want to be, as a plumber, I want to be in front of the person who pipe burst, who need help now, not somebody chilling in their car scrolling on Instagram thinking maybe this would be dope or that's a good idea. It's a different level of customer and client. So it wouldn't hurt you. AC media and film, I'm currently stuck with a Canon 7D 18 to 135 lens. Should I be looking to upgrade as soon as possible, or can I make magic with good lighting with this camera? AC media and film, you can definitely kill the game with that camera with good lighting. Don't feel like you need to go out and buy a new camera to compete. A 7D is still a beast. I told you I go back as far as a 5D Mark II and blow your mind. You give me a 5D Mark II and some good lights and some good glass, I will blow your mind. They shot movies with it, bro. I will blow your mind. Give me a second. Let's see. What's the biggest workflow with Resolve? What's the biggest thing for my workflow with Resolve has been B-Raw and Blackmagic 4. Never underexposed anymore or over. Okay, that is correct. I love B-Raw. There's some little quirks that I need to be fixed in Blackmagic and DaVinci Resolve. And I am going over to it as fast as possible. But there's just so many titles and transitions that's the only thing keeping me in Final Cut. Is titles and transmissions. Transitions. I'm talking cars right now. So how long are we on here? 55. We're going to wrap up in an hour. 55 minutes. We're not going to make this one as long. Lighting is king. Lighting is everything. Go get you some soft boxes. Get you some LEDs, not panels, but LEDs with like a Bowens mount, and you'll see the difference. I mean, I got more lights in here. I just don't have them on because this is the effect I want. But if I cut all my lights on, it'll look more like this, which is a little bit more high key, and that's not what I'm going for. So cut that off. All right. Let's see what else. Starting a channel as a videographer for my business. Any advice? Upload a lot of before and after videos. Upload videos of you meeting a dentist, understanding what their problem is, and the solution that you offered. That's what you need to do. Yep. That's what I would do with my YouTube channel. And then you can post those videos as dental promo videos in your area. Kansas City, dental, whatever your niche is, you can aim those videos based off questions that people in your niche would have. And because Google owns YouTube and people search on Google, those YouTube videos will pop up. And if your video is great, it's going to do all the selling for you. Yeah, 7D with a 50 millimeter 1.8, you should be able to get a lot done with the 7D and the 50 and the nifty 50, the fantastic plastic. Definitely. Motion Array has a lot of templates for DaVinci Resolve, lower thirds, and that all. I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to definitely do that. Online printing. What online printing company would you recommend? For online printing, I'm not going to lie, JC. I use Shootproof, right? So when I upload to Shootproof, my clients, it should be a link in the description. If not, I'll post it. My clients can choose whatever prints they want, and I have 3 studios that, depending on what they choose, the prints will come from that studio. I personally don't even touch prints anymore. Once they pick a picture, I look at the crop and make sure the crop is correct for 8x10 or whatever. I pick confirm. They pay whatever they pay. I make my cut. The rest go to the studio. I'm sleep somewhere with a deposit. Christopher, thanks for all your advice. Wondering how to get past free stuff as a photographer. I have a trap, advertising on social media, paying for vendor booths at different events. Don't do none of that. I'm going to tell you, listen, people pay you what they feel like you're worth, right? And we tend to think what we're worth is based on what we're capable of. That's not true. People perceive your value based off how good you can sell yourself, how good you can present what you offer to them. That's where it gets lost in the translation, right? Because in my mind, I'm the best basketball player I ever seen on the planet. However, in actuality, I'm not that good. So what I can do to prove to people that I'm good is create a reel or commercial or video with my highlights. That's the best I can do. So what you have to do to sell yourself, to show value, a few things. Remember the 3 pillars. You got to have a website to show your brand, to show your brand is up, it's established, there's content. Listen, people are probably not going to read half the copy on your page, but because you got it, you look legit. They're going to come and watch the video. So you got to have that reel. You got to have that demo reel that backs your story and your ability to do what you say you can do, and you need to specialize in something. If you're saying I can do everything, you can't do nothing. You're just looking for money. You're just out here begging. That's what it looks like. You know what I mean? So there isn't nothing that Walmart specializes in. That's why they have to be cheap, because they don't specialize in nothing. They got some of everything. And the number one thing on Walmart is cheap. Walmart sell TVs that are cheap. If you want a really good TV, if money's not an option, you'll go to Best Buy. And if you really want a really, really good TV, you'll go to a company in your area that specializes in home theaters. The more niche and detail it gets, the more expensive it gets. So wherever you position your brand in that hierarchy will determine what you get. Now, if you ain't got a website, your demo reel is basic and yada, 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 and you at the bottom, that's why you're getting free. You have to invest in your brand to look more than free. And a lot of people don't. They just show up like these, like, yo, I can take some pictures. It's going to be $600. For what? Because you got a camera? Well, my camera worth $2,000, $3,000. I'm only charging you $600. So what they got to do with, so? A rug in Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Like the rug to go into Best Buy may cost $300. Like your gear, people look at their gear and be like, I'm showing up with $2,000 worth of gear. I'm only charging you $500. If you wanted to get this, you would pay. No, they wouldn't. You can't think like that. You got to show your value. You got to show what it is that you can do. And again, I'm going to say this, what I say at every video, because it's one of the most important lessons you're going to learn from me. You know, it's going to be on my tombstone somewhere. Nobody's going to hire you to tell their story if you cannot properly tell your story. If your commercial is trash, if your website is trash, the people that's hiring you for content, the number one reason you're going to get hired for content is to add to their website, to help them communicate, to help them sell something. And if you don't have it on your platform that's helping you, they will lose confidence in your ability to help them do that. You don't hire a fat personal trainer. You don't hire a bald-headed barber. Well, you can kind of get away with that, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust a skinny chef. I just don't, unless maybe they're a vegan chef. Then yeah, if they're, you know what I'm saying, then it makes sense to be a skinny chef. So those are things that you have to be mindful of as you grow your business. A lot of people run out, they go to Best Buy, they spend $1,000, they feel like I'm in a hole, I spent all this money, somebody better hire me. I got this camera, my camera better than your iPhone, you better hire me. And it don't work like that. That's why a lot of people fail at this, because they don't understand the value of presenting yourself like a brand. Give you another quick example, because we're about to get off, I'm 2 minutes over. If somebody pulled up in a raggedy Mazda pickup and a t-shirt and banged on your door and say, I'm here to install cable, you would not open your door for that guy. But if somebody showed up in a van with a polo that said Time Warner, Comcast, Charter, whatever's in your area, whatever cable you got, you let them in your door. You ain't never seen this person in your life, but instantly you trust them because of their branding, right? That's how people look at you. You show up in some regular clothes, you're getting out of a regular car, you got a camera, you talking about, give me that big check, cut me the money, I'm here to do work. They don't trust you. But the minute I slapped the logo on my van and got it wrapped and I bought a van for business, I got polos, I built the business, I got the brand the way it looks, like we're legit. We work with legit companies. We have great business cards. Everybody's in a uniform. Yeah, them bigger checks gonna come in. But if you show up in a t-shirt and some jeans, knocking on my door, I don't care if you come in to give me free cable for life. I'm not letting you in my house. I'd rather pay for a guy in a polo shirt that got the clipboard that looked like he's from an established company to let him in my house. So it's something you have to take in consideration. If you can't, if your media, your advertisement, and your marketing ain't the truth, nobody gonna hire you to make theirs. They don't trust you. That's as plain as I can make it. That's number one business advice. That's the best business advice I can give you, that I can explain within 30 seconds. One last question and we got to go. Black Star Films, dig the channel, bro. Caught the GH5 last year and loving it. But we only dating. That's right. Date the bodies, marry the lenses. Slowly marrying glass now. If I ever find a single one of your videos, truly helpful, thank you, killing it. So he pretty much saying good looking out. Listen, don't fall in love with the body, man. Don't fall in love with the body, even in real life. Don't fall in love with the body. You can have some fun with it, but don't fall in love with the body. It ain't gonna always be like that. All them girls y'all like, they turn into big mamas. They be cool at first, but they turn into big mamas. And that's cool. If you a big mama, hey, but just know that I can't go into detail. YouTube will block me. Maybe I'll do a super membership live video where I can just do Flash Film Academy Raw or something. Maybe I'll get with Netflix or something. But as of now, date the body, marry the lenses. Say it with me. Date the body, marry the lenses. I know some of y'all sitting somewhere on y'all phone, y'all sitting in front of y'all laptop, but y'all gonna say this with me. Date the body, marry the lenses. All right, y'all good. Canon R5 is dope. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I love answering questions, but I'm over and I got to get ready to go. What's my take on using Squarespace for a portfolio website? Squarespace is what I use for my website, flashfilmmedia.com. I got to work them out and maybe see if I can get a sponsorship or something because I talk about them a lot. If you know somebody at Squarespace, tell them to give me a call. But make sure, listen, if you have signed up for the course, the 5 key steps for creating a portfolio that converts, I'm going to give you a tidbit for those who haven't. Behind the scenes footage is make or break for your business. Behind the scenes footage is make or break for your business. If you get that course, it tells you how to use it to sell. When you go and you look at high-end restaurants, a lot of their photography is usually showing dough being rolled or the freshness of it, right? When it comes to food, freshness sells. People like to see that their food is being prepared in the back. It makes it more worth it. It shows more value on your ability to see food being made. A lot of newer restaurants are having open kitchen designs, right? Restaurants that you don't pay money for, you don't see your food being made. When's the last time you seen somebody fry a burger at McDonald's? They're usually pulling it out of a tray. It's cheap, you don't care. But for big ticket items, you feel more comfortable when you see it made. Why is this important? Because as a production company that's offering a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 item, if you have no behind the scenes footage, I don't trust you. It must be stock footage or something. I don't trust you because I haven't seen one shot with you in the camera in your hand. All I see is end results. I don't trust you. I trust you around the $200 mark, but I don't trust you around the $2,000 mark. So it's important that that's what your social media should be filled with, behind the scenes shots. We started with this. I lit it like this. We added this light. Boom. We tweaked this. You see that wine that's in the back? We moved it over to the left. Now look at the final shot. That shows value to clients, and then they spend money with you. All right, guys. I got to get ready to go. It's Friday night. I know y'all turning up. I know y'all going out, or either you on quarantine. Stay safe. Those who support the channel, I appreciate you. Much love to you. Yeah, and that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, post your questions. We'll get to more. We'll get to more later. Yeah. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you are on our Facebook group. That Facebook group is moving now. It's moving. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well at Flash Film Academy. And again, see you guys in the next video.